Alright, what is up YouTube? Multi-Apple Senior bringing you another video, and today we'll be playing some FIFA 22. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's go for 7 subs on the bench. Final stadium can be held at Wembley Stadium. Let's go for 8 teams per group. Yeah, so how's everyone doing? I'm wearing my Little Rock Trojans jersey, as you can see. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Yeah, I'm going to go with one of my favorite team, Ajax Amsterdam. Still Independiente of Argentina. As usual, I'm going to try and go for one team per league. Choose Wellington Phoenix, unless that league is in multiple countries. Unless the league has teams in multiple countries, then I'm going to go for choose one per country. Sorry for showing any offensive team names and logos, by the way. Let's go with Wuhan FC. Let's go with this team. I don't know how to pronounce their name. Here we can choose Chelsea. May come back and choose more teams from the Premier League. Let's go with Derby County. How about Oxford United? I had some drinks with me. I got some mixed berry Powerade as well with me. And I got some Coke Zero as well. Coke Zero sugar, really. Let's choose Swindon Town. Out of France, we can choose Paris Saint-Germain and Paris FC. And AS Monaco, as usual. I'm gonna have a little bit of my Coke Zero. Really quick. I'm a bit thirsty, so. Let's see. Bayern Munich and VfL Wolfsburg out of Germany, of the Bundesliga. VfL Wolfsburg hasn't been playing that good this season. Let's go FC Schalke 04. And we can go with SC Freiburg 2. And we have India. We can go with SC East Bengal. And FC Goa. Let's choose. Let's choose Ukraine. We can do Inter Milan. Alright, and we can go for the AC Milan as well. You can find it. Let's see. Go with FC Dallas here. The US, and for sure, Impact Montreal. If I can find it. How the heck is Montreal? There it is. Turkey, we can go with Konyaspor. And another Turkish team, let's go with Galatasaray. In Switzerland, we can go with FC Luzern. Sweden, we can go with AIK. And we're going to go with Malaga and Las Palmas out of the second division. And Osasuna and Real Madrid here out of Spain. I may come back and choose more teams of Spain. Osasuna and Real Madrid. Let's go with Hibernian or whatever team I chose. Let's go. I don't know how to pronounce that name. Let's go with Al Ittihad out of Saudi Arabia. And Romania, we can do C Dynamo 1948. Come back to the rest of the world, and you can do Shamrock Rovers out of Ireland. See, out of the Netherlands, we already have a team there. I chose Italy, South Korea, really. You can do Songnam United, or Songnam FC. And we can do Sanfrecce Hiroshima out of Japan. Mexico, we can go with America. Portugal, as usual, we're gonna have Maritimo, but I'm also gonna put in FC Porto. But first, a team out of Poland. Let's go with Legia Warsaw. See Porto. To AK Athens. Align FC. Apol FC. CSKA Moscow. Still Wrexham FC. Victoria Pleasant. Slavia Prague, huh? See, out of the rest of the world, where else do we... Still, Shakhtar Donetsk and Olympiacos for sure. Did we choose a team out of Norway? No, we did not. Let's go for Viking FK. Oh yeah, Orlando Pirates as well. I did say Olympiacos, so we're going to go with that as well. I chose Dundee United, right? No, Hibernian. Yep. So, once again, sorry for showing any offensive team names and logos. Alright. My favorite team is in this group. Make Group C the most difficult group. Switch AIK with. I'm not gonna have all my favorite teams in this group. FC Goa. I have Las Palmas, which with Chelsea. Animal from 1940, switch with Paris Saint-Germain. I'll switch Schalke with Ukraine, since they're a good team. F. Let's have FC Porto in here. Soccer Rated can be in there as well. Right. Independiente come and switch with Brisbane. And Wellington can actually switch with Malaga. About Orlando can switch with San Frecce Hiroshima. And Shakhtar Donetsk can switch with FC Dallas. And switch CSKA Moscow with Ukraine. Just to avoid putting Russia and a Russian team and the Ukrainian team in the same group. Alright. Here are the final groups. We are playing AIK first, actually. And these are all the groups. Group A, you can see here's Group B. Group C. Group D as well. Group E. F. Here's Group G. And Group H. Alright, and we're in Group A. Let's go ahead and play the first match. I watch all of Alex's Eredivisie games, so I'm familiar with their lineup and their team. I also watch all of Real Madrid's La Liga games, so I'm familiar with them as well. I'm no football expert, though. We're at the Johan Cruyff Arena. Almost got the ball away with Berghaus. Gravenberg managed to get the tackle. Anthony. Mazrari has the ball. Sebastian Aller. Shoot, we missed. So I mean, this Dusan Tadic is playing up here. Yes, Steven Berghaus scored, which is good. That was a good goal. Oh, Edson Alvarez. Dang it. Yes! Will that be credited as an own goal or as a goal for him? That's the goal. They credited Steven Berghaus for the goal, not as an own goal. And it is a 3-0 victory for us. I can't complain about that. I really can't. Ah, shoot. That was offsides for a second. Thankfully, he wasn't. Ah, shoot. Anthony has a goal. That's awesome now. 4 goals. So Steven Berghaus leads the team with 4 goals, or 2 goals. Sebastian Aller and Anthony have 1 goal each. Ah, shoot. Should have had it both times. We were offsides, weren't we? Oh. Yeah, we were offsides. Way offsides. Let's have Gravenberg come off for, how's Clausen on the bench? And Stecklenburg can come on for Remco Pasveer. Ah, shoot, we allowed a goal. So we still have FIFA here, we still have David Neres on our team, but I know he last played for Shakhtar Donetsk. He left in the middle of the season, so bad timing to go to Ukraine. I hope everyone in Ukraine and the people, all the people who left in Ukraine, I hope you're all doing safe. I hope you're all safe. I hope things get better in Ukraine. I hope things get better everywhere. I know there are a lot of bad places where things aren't good right now, so I hope everyone is doing, regardless of where you're watching, I hope you're all doing safe, and I hope things go well for you and things get better for you. Ah, shoot, we can get it. We can get it to the Lawson. So wherever you are, wherever you're watching, I hope life improves for you, and I hope things get better. I hope you're staying safe. Oh, that was way off. Gonna make a second shot or a third substitution at halftime. I don't know why I said shot. I was referring to goal scoring. Excuse me. Excuse me. All right. let's have Neres come on for Berghaus, even though Neres is technically... Oh, Berghaus is a right wing. Kudus is from Ghana. Tagliafico represents Argentina. Per Schurz, Netherlands. Divine Wrench, Netherlands. Netherlands for Passphere, same with Yuri and Timber. Nazar represents Morocco. Martinez represents Argentina, actually. No, it was Edson Alvarez represents Mexico. Housen represents Netherlands. Daley Blint represents Netherlands. Hadjo represents Serbia. Allah represents the Ivory Coast. I know he was born in France, but he represents Brazil. And Neres represents Brazil as well. So yeah, I know Sebastian Haller was born in France, but he has an Ivory Coast. His mother was born in the Ivory Coast, so that's why he represents. I think that's why he represents Ivory Coast. So I think, and I wonder if his parents was born on the Ivory Coast, which is pretty cool in my opinion. I've been to France, but I've never been to the Ivory Coast. I'd like to go one day. I don't know if it's safe there or not. If you have been to the Ivory Coast, or you live there, or you're from the Ivory Coast, or you know anyone that lives there, is it safe there? I know COVID is still going around at the time of this live stream. Sorry for that. But is it safe from the Ivory Coast? Like for tourists. I like to visit every country, but I know it's not safe in every country, sadly. I've been to Trinidad and Tobago. I know it's not safe there due to the crime. Neres has a goal, that's awesome. Sadly, Ukraine isn't exactly safe. Sadly, a lot of places aren't safe, actually. I've been to several states in the U.S., obviously, because I live in the United States. I've been to England and the UK. I've been to Gibraltar. I've actually enjoyed my time in Gibraltar. Went to Spain, France, Sweden, Belgium, the Netherlands, Australia, Trinidad and Tobago, and Barbados as well. And Australia. Loved Australia. I went to Barbados and Belgium when I was young. And it was for layover, actually. So I don't have any memories of Belgium when I went there because I was a toddler. And I have one memory of being in a plane in Barbados. I have a couple of memories of when I went to visit the Netherlands. I was 8 years old last time I went, so I want to go back to the Netherlands. Obviously, Ajax Amsterdam is my favorite team, and I would love to see Ajax Amsterdam play. Mm-hmm. Went to Sweden as well. It'll be 6 years in October that I went. And I went for 3 days, which is too short of a time, but I can say I went to Sweden. Too short of a time to stay there. But if you ever have a chance to, I went I went to Stockholm. And if you ever have the chance to go to Sweden, take it. It is lovely there. It's amazing there. Um, I have vivid memory of interacting with some of the staff, one staff member there, one of the servers for dinner at the hotel, and of course I took a tour. I took a bus tour. I don't remember the name of the bus tour, but I took a bus tour around the city of Stockholm. I went to a museum, an outdoor museum, and interacted with a staff member there. That was pretty cool. And of course, my favorite, I thought it was like, if I remember correctly, it was like the life in Sweden in the 1800s was the 17 or 1800s was the museum, which I enjoyed. My favorite place, however, was the ABBA Museum. And growing up, honestly, ABBA had already made their music when I was growing up. So I listened to a cover band of ABBA. Um, they're a famous Swedish pop group. So if you haven't heard of ABBA, I don't know why, but you need to listen to ABBA right now. Listen to some of their classics. So they won Eurovision as well. Or at least they participated in Eurovision. I'm pretty sure they won Eurovision. So they were a famous pop band, I believe. Are we out of substitutions? We should be. Yes, we're out of substitutions. So a lot of their songs are in English, so that's why I understand them. So yeah, are in English. I don't speak Swedish, so I only speak English. So yeah, definitely check ABBA out if you haven't heard of them. So yeah, that was my favorite part was the ABBA museum, which is surprising because I tend to like history, and I'm not the most knowledgeable person when it comes to pop culture. Admittedly, I have been to Dallas most recently earlier this year, back in February, actually, last month. Excuse me for burping. Excuse me for burping again. So yeah, I went to see Dallas Stars game. I spent like a day in Dallas. Just taking a look at some of the statistics here. I went to Spain, as I mentioned. That was the trip I went to Gibraltar as well, and I was unfortunately sick for the majority of the vacation because I got some bad food poisoning within the first 3 days of me being there. Give Tadic a rest. Have Mohamed Daramy come on. Give Urian Timber a rest. We can have Hershers. So I really have not seen, at least in the Eredivisie, I have not seen Ratzi, uh, Jay Gorter, Martha, looks how you pronounce his name, and Setford play this season, or at all. Now I have seen Sean Kleiber play He was born in the Netherlands. That represents her now. Uh, but not this season either. Boss I have not seen play. I believe Jensen is out on loan, or he was transferred out. I don't remember. So Berghaus can come out for Taylor. I've seen Taylor play a couple of games. Let's have Martha come in for Anthony. So Sebastian Aller come out for Danilo. And this is going to be our lineup for this game. So let's actually have Daily Blintz come onto the bench for Tagliafico. Actually, I'm going to try to have Setford and Gord. Shoot. I'm going to maybe have Setford play next game. Have Jay Gorder come in and have Labiat and Wrench play, and maybe Muhammad Kudus can come in next game as well. And Wout Weghorst has left VFL Wolfsburg. I've watched VFL Wolfsburg's games. I watched some of their games this season. Okay, so this is an away game for us. So Jeremy represents Denmark. Born in Denmark as well. Which is pretty cool, in my opinion. Actually, I do not watch Wolfsburg, Real Madrid, or Axis game live because they are early in the morning. Usually, so I tend to watch them on replay later on during the week. I have not seen Ajax's last game, but I will look at them play later this week. Yes! That is good for us. I'm a bit disappointed in Wolfsburg because they won their first 4 games, were in first place, but in the Bundesliga, but then we dropped like 12th to 13th because we were not playing that well this season. Afterwards, we have been playing pretty good. We've won a couple of our, haven't won every game the past several games, but we have won several games. I think we lost our last game as well. So it is now 2-0. Gravenberg scored. There you go. Danilo. I love Spain and Gibraltar when I went there. So far, I've loved every place I went to. Actually, I can't say. I mean, yeah, I've had some bad. There are things I didn't enjoy about certain places, like Spain. This is something. The only thing I didn't really enjoy in Spain was the fact that I got food poisoning. Because I think what happened was the food wasn't cooked properly. I had some Mexican food there, and I don't know if the food was expired or if it wasn't cooked properly. But either way, I got food poisoning. So that's the only bad thing I had That's the only bad thing I didn't like about Spain. But I'm not holding out towards anyone's against anyone. So, or things happened to me that I didn't like, but overall, I did enjoy my time in Spain. I went to a La Liga game, and it was Real Madrid versus Osasuna, and I believe Real Madrid won. Love the game there. I'm a fan of Osasuna and Real Madrid, but I do follow Real Madrid more than Osasuna. Uh, Met some people there that I really enjoyed. Granted, I didn't speak Spanish, but we were talking. I know a little bit of Spanish, and some of them do know English. So my mom, who was with me, knew more Spanish than I do, so she translated it for us. But I enjoyed talking to them through the translations. I mean, I enjoyed interacting with the locals, the ones that I met. So some of them did speak English, but not all of them. So have Martha come off for Ahmed Kudus. You can have Wrench come on for Boss, and we can have. Let's actually have Sefer come in, and we can have Jay Gorder come in afterwards. So we're gonna have Labiad and Gorder play next game. So yeah, and then in Gibraltar, I liked it there, so I don't mean to be offensive when I say I didn't like certain things in certain places, but no. Just the food poisoning, and I'm sure not a lot of people would like food poisoning. I'm sure most people wouldn't like have food poisoning, actually. So we are out of substitutions, right? I'm gonna get Golder in for Sefer. No, yeah, we're out of substitutions. We're up 5-0. Although, despite having food poisoning, I would actually go back to Spain if I could. Spain and Gibraltar, I would go back there if I had the chance to. That's a nice save. Should I even go back and eat at the restaurant where I got food poisoning? Because every other meal was cooked perfectly fine, so. With my family there. So I'll still go back. See what else? I went to one of the museums in either Malaga or Madrid. I went on a walking tour in Madrid as well, and a bus tour in Madrid. No, I went on a walking tour in Malaga, and I'm pretty sure it was a walking tour in Malaga, and I went to a bus tour in Madrid. And in Malaga, I visited the beach as well. I love visiting beaches and swimming in the ocean. Are you kidding me? Right off the goalpost. Ah, shoot. Missed there. I've gone to Australia. I went to the Sydney Opera House. I remember going to a park there as well. That's about all I can remember in Australia. I've gone to the beach in Trinidad and Tobago as well. Yeah, for those of you that have been to different places, what places have you been to and what did you enjoy the most about each place? I think this is going to be my final game of the stream. Offsides? Oh, no, a red card for Maximilian Arnold. Shoot. Wolfsburg is down to 10 men. That's not good for them. So we need to be in the top 4 to move on, and we should be able to move on. Maybe change the difficulty after this game. Alright. Went to England last year. Actually visited France for the first time last year. Granted, it was only a layover. But I didn't really go outside of Paris. But I can say I've been to France. So I'd love to go to Paris, see Stade Francais game, a rugby game. And I'd like to see a soccer game involving Paris FC. But I'd also like to see a Ligue 1 game with Paris Saint-Germain. Heck, even a Champions League game with Paris Saint-Germain as well. I want to start learning French again. And Dutch. I'm gonna try to spend like an hour each day learning a language. Like, spend like maybe do some little lesson or two a day on Rosetta Stone in Dutch and French. I want to start that. I'm surprised we don't have Andre Onana available, but then again he was suspended when this game came out. But he's no longer suspended now. I'd love to see a VfL Wolfsburg game as well in Germany. Bear with me. Alright, I'm done now. That's gonna be at least a yellow. Not a red. So yeah, Victor Jensen is definitely gonna have him not play next game. So you want to accumulate another yellow card to get suspended. If I had a sub on the bench available, I would actually take him out. Actually, why shouldn't do all of my substitutions at halftime? Ah, shoot, that was behind the goal. "14 shots on target, 0 shots on target for VfL Wolfsburg." And another goal for Danilo. There we go. Oh, she did not mean to kick that out of bounds. So it is 8-0. Ah, shoot. So Maximilian Arnold is going to be suspended next game. Offsides. Shoot. Oh man, there's several teams I wish I could have seen play in England last year. The soccer leagues were actually over with when I went. So I want to see a rugby game, either the London Irish or the Harlequins. But unfortunately, due to COVID, there was only the Premiership Rugby only allowed season ticket holders at the time to watch a game. So I was not a season ticket holder, and so I couldn't go see a Premiership Rugby game. And that is the end of the game. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Deuces.